everyone, today I wanted to do something new, something I think Supportive Tarot with Lisa has been doing for a long time, which is a weekly deck review. She calls it a review. I'm going to just call it a weekly deck chat because after 1 week, I don't know if I really can review a deck like she does. She's very articulate. I love her videos. She really can express how she feels about a deck so eloquently. On my end, I'm just gonna quickly chat about the deck that I committed to using that week. Okay, prior to this month, I've always been using decks willy-nilly. When I felt like a deck wasn't used enough, I used it. So I switched decks every day. That gave me a very surface but very broad overview of all my decks, which I enjoyed. At the same time, I feel like on some level, I don't really connect with a lot of them. Alright, so I told myself maybe it's time to start, especially since I just got a few new decks. If you watched one of my video about the unboxing, you would know, or the preparation of new decks, you would know. So 2 weeks ago, I used the Barbara Walker's tarot for the whole week. I wouldn't be talking about that because I'm only starting this week. Let me know if you're interested with my experiences with that deck. I'm gonna talk about what I used this week, which is the Mary L Tarot, right, by Marie White. So this is the book. This is the box. All right, and I think I talked about this also, that they really reinforce how it is. At the same time, I'm still not a fan of these big magnetic boxes. I wish it was like the Wild Unknown Tarot where they gave a little box. Also, okay, so I use this deck. All right, for the that's a naughty one. In case you're afraid of nudity, don't watch this video because there is a lot of nudity in this deck. Alright, so this is the tarot deck I used, and the oracle deck I used was the Open Portals playing cards oracle deck. Alright, so my experiences with these two decks, I felt like they did work together. For the Barbara Walker one, I used the Magic Nico playing cards an oracle deck, which didn't work at all, so I stopped using it. In this case, these two kind of work together, and I really had really good experiences, which I'm really surprised. All right, because I've seen the Mary L Tarot for the longest time. I've seen it on walkthroughs, I've seen it everywhere, and I never wanted to get it really because I am afraid of modding my decks. I knew I couldn't work with the huge size of the decks. I knew I couldn't work with the black borders, and so I got the second edition. But the second edition came damaged and sticky and weird, and there were lines behind. So it was a defective deck, and that made me feel even more annoyed. Like I don't have these good feelings towards this deck any longer. But thank God, Schiffer, when I reached out to them, they told me they'll send a new deck whenever they got their production done, and it was done. So I got this new deck with silver edges, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I really can get over how I felt about it, but I did. Alright, I had a great experience this week with this deck. I felt like this deck really spoke to me on so many levels. I haven't had so many emotional feelings about a deck in a long time. It called out a lot of emotional work, about maybe you can call it shadow work, I'm not too sure. So if you follow my Instagram, you would have seen my daily draws, and for each daily draw I try to write a little couplet or poem. So some of the things I've drawn really meant a lot to me. I think I'll show a few here. I'm taking out my phone to take a look at some of them, but I'll probably put it up here as well. So one of them that I got that really made me feel so affected was the Eight of Cups and the Five of Cups reversed, along with the Portal of the Heartbroken. You will see it here, and this made my heart sink. Eight of Cups is walking away, right? And the Five of Cups reversed was never really a great card. It just meant that I'm not focusing on what's right. Also with and because I'm having some romantic feelings right now, it really made me feel upset. But after looking at the cards and thinking about how, tarot is a conversation, I started to I wrote this poem that really meant a lot to me. Okay, I'm gonna read it here. Years of hurt take more to heal. It's no wonder it takes more to feel. Offer your heart up, it's alright. Resist your tendency to fight or flight. So I realized that, there's always a tendency for self-sabotage in all these romantic matters for me. So when this combination came out, I really felt so good. It's true. It's true. I've had a lot of baggage, and it's so hard to undo. All right. So I really like this deck. It really called me out a lot, and really brought up a lot of inner work. All right. It just so happened that this week was quite an emotional week, also with all the work and stuff. I wanted to share another experience that I had. So I will talk more about this in my monthly recap at the end of the month. But yesterday I did the hitless ride. All right, I wanted to do the hitless ride for years, from Gordon White's Chaos Protocols for the longest time. It just seemed so intimidating and scary that I didn't do it. So yesterday, out of nowhere, I'm like, I just finished reading the book for like the third or fourth time. Why haven't I done it? What's stopping me? And I just told myself, I'm gonna do it tonight. All right. So I did it that night. And when I did my card reading of the day today, I was like, allies and spirits out there, give me a sign, all right? And I just had also a bad night. Again, my mind was just going crazy. Along with doing my meditation as well, thoughts keep coming up and I couldn't focus on my breath. And then when I drew the cards, I got the Star, a major arcana, the World, a major arcana. And then when I drew from the open portals playing that, it was the portal of healing, I think, or the portal of the healer. And when I see these three cards, I'm going to show you up here. What do you see? Immediately I saw the Fates. I saw the Mother Maiden Crone. And that touched me so much because while I don't pay patronage to this deity, the Mother Maiden Crone trio, it is an archetype that I respect and I enjoy. And I just felt like I felt comforted. I felt like if I didn't use this deck, maybe I wouldn't have seen it. I don't know. All right. So my experiences this week with the Marielle was really positive. I really enjoyed this deck so much. Most of the cards really give you that kind of feeling. Another thing about this deck is that I kept getting repeats. I felt like this deck was really trying to tell me things. I don't personify decks, but I do feel like this deck has something to say and will want to say it. The downsides to the deck is just the quality of production. Schiffer really has improved on a lot of the things that the deck I felt like I couldn't connect with the deck previously. In the first edition was very shiny, but this is so much more matte. At the same time, can't you see a bit of that gloss? I just wish there was a proper matte version. You can see also the corners sometimes. Corners are not like cut super well. So I just wish somehow I wish this was an indie deck where they spent more time making the cardstock and it was a more expensive one. I don't mind paying more for a better version of the deck, But it is what it is, and it still gave me very good feelings. Alright? With the open portals, it is also very interesting. My intention for open portals when I bought it was to use it for my magic practice, which has slowed down to a halt. But I meant to, slow down to a halt until I just did that right yesterday. So I'm hoping it will restart and jumpstart my magical stuff. But I meant to use this for magic purposes. I meant to I want good vibes for my family. I'm going to summon the portal family. Or if I want to talk to an ancestor, maybe I'll use this one, for example, If I need a boost in time management skills, maybe I'll summon, time magic. So that was my intention, but using this as an oracle deck this week was really interesting. The Portal of the Heartbroken appeared twice. When I see repeats, the first thing I do is check whether the card is extremely slippery or something like that, and I couldn't tell that there was anything different about the cards. I just felt like it. Maybe it's also because it's in part with the Marielle Tarot. I feel like it was trying to talk to me, right? So I enjoyed using it. Overall, my experiences with these two decks were great. I would recommend really taking a week to really work with a deck. It really helps to build that relationship. I would say that the book is also really good by Marie White. What I wish is that it wasn't colored. I know that sounds weird. Most people love colored books. They love the images in color. I'm sorry. I'm left-handed. I like to write and annotate in my books now. being left-handed writing in a glossy book doesn't work out. You know, the smudges, it's real. It goes crazy. So what I have to do is write and then try not to smudge things and just like let it dry, and then that's when I can flip the page, and that irritates me. I like paper, alright? So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so the book is great. I enjoyed reading parts of it. I didn't finish the book clearly. It is not a RWS deck. It's not a Thoth deck. I think L from I forgot her YouTube channel. I love her. She's great, but she stopped making videos a long time ago. Thank God she didn't take things down. She talks a lot about this deck and was really helpful. She talks about it like a Marseille deck. That's what my friend, the slightly chip moon, encouraged me to watch her videos as well, about the Marielle. And you know, my intuition tells me that it's not only Marseille, but maybe it's Continental. Why? It's because of the Nine of Swords, which is a beautiful card. Okay, the Nine of Swords was my most dreaded card in, I think, 2017 or 18. You know, because it kept coming up that year. I had a lot of anxiety about my job. Alright? But I would love to get the Nine of Swords in this deck. And it's about, like, you know, that self-growth. Alright? Okay, I think I talked enough about the two decks. I don't know how chats usually go apart from just rambling and trying to remember the points that you want to cover, like the poems that I've written. If you're interested, you can follow me on Instagram at boydiviner. But apart from that, I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like, and if you want to see more content, subscribe, because that's really encouraging. Thank you so much for watching this short video about the two decks I used last week. I hope to do more of this in the future. Alright? You guys have a great rest of the day. Take care. Bye!